Hello, YouTube. I wanted to do a video, just a quick little thing because I wanted to address something I've seen a lot of. I mean, a lot of. There's a lot of hate on YouTube and on the internet in general. Here, let me state that, okay, it's the internet. You need to exercise some common sense. You don't ever really know who's on the other end of this computer. Because you're talking to a computer. You don't actually have a person in front of you. With YouTube, it's a little easier to tell that, well, okay, at least it's a male or a female or whatever. But, you know, some of these other sites, MySpace, Facebook, LiveJournal, all these other things that there are, you never know who really is on the other end of this computer. That, you know, this photo that they have up there is who they say they are. So exercise some common sense about that. Don't be giving away too many details about your life or who you are or where you live or, you know, I mean, and it can be easily done without even if you never state, I live blah, 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 blah. If you say, well, my high school mascot or I play softball or anything like that, people can still find you. I mean, if they really want to do it, they can. It's really surprising and a little unnerving how easily done that really is. But what I wanted to address is there is so much hate and contempt on YouTube anymore. There's a lot of people leaving comments, and none of this is directed towards me. I mean, almost none of it is directed towards me. I really don't get a whole lot of interaction on YouTube. People don't like discuss my videos or anything. I don't think I've gotten a comment on my page in like 3 weeks, which is fine. But I think it's really rank that, you know, some of the other channels I watch are getting hounded by, you know, well, you can't talk about that, or you can't dress that way, or you can't say this thing, or talk about that, or look that way, or you can't advocate this, or you can't downplay that. What gives you people the right to dictate what other people think or feel or say or do? My own personal views have nothing to do with you and your own personal views. You think what you want to think, and I'll think what I want to think. This is called human interaction. It's called being alive. All these little differences are what makes us people. This is what makes the human race, the human existence, varied and worth living. And, you know, to think that your way is the only way to be is asinine. Not to be mean, but it really is. To think that your one way, the way that you are, the way that you be, or the way that you think or feel is the way everybody else on the planet should think or feel, that's stupid. And, you know, when it comes right down to it, there is no right or wrong way to be. And there is, it's just, there isn't any golden text or outline. There isn't any one person that you can look at and go, that is the epitome of human being, and we should all strive to be that way. You can't do it. It doesn't exist. And don't bring theology into this. This is not about theology. I could give a shit less what people think about religion. I myself have a very broad grasp on religion, and you could say that I believe in all religions at once. It's more along those lines and less along they don't believe in any religion. It's more along the first. But I'm not talking about theology. I'm talking about people. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has their own opinions and views and beliefs, and everybody receives the same thing differently. So to hate or flame based on this is stupid and silly. And I think that we all, as people, could benefit a little more as a human race if we just think a little more about what you say or what you do before you do it. I mean, really, just for a second, a millisecond, think. Would you like somebody saying that to you, or directing this nasty video at you, or any number of things? Because I've had people, my little Jesus freak, take my videos, grab them off the internet, put them back together in a manner that was very rude. I suppose he thought he was making some kind of point. Whatever, I don't care. That's the way he feels, that's fine. I could give a shit less. It doesn't affect me, it doesn't bother me. I watched it, I laughed at it, and then I thought, people need to get a life. But I really think people need, just in general, really think for, just a second before you do something. Because, we need to understand here that words hurt a lot. You can type a comment to someone that can be very vile and degrading, that really can mess with, a person's psyche. And this is not a good way to be. And how do you come to the decision that behaving in that kind of a ignorant, arrogant, destructive manner is acceptable or okay? In any possible way, shape, or form, how do you come to the decision that that's a good way to be? Because it's not. So, that's all I wanted to say, is that, we really need to stop this as a human race. The hate and the bigotry and the flaming and all of these things are really, they don't solve anything. You're not accomplishing anything by leaving hate. You're not making yourself look cool or hip or, any of these other things that you might think that you're accomplishing with this. You're not accomplishing or solving anything. In actuality, you're making things a lot worse by indulging in this kind of behavior. I will sometimes leave some strongly worded comments, but I try never to be degrading or destructive. And mostly, when I do leave a strongly worded comment, it has to do with music. And I suppose even that isn't good, but I try never to be outright mean or completely derogatory. So just think a little bit before you speak.